Hey guys, thanks for tuning in this week to Mario's Realistic Real Estate Advice. This week I want to be talking about securing financing to purchase a home. Unless you're buying a house in cash, more than likely you're going to be taking out a loan to purchase the house, right? But it's so much more in depth than getting a pre-approval and then an interest rate and thinking that's it. I want to talk about some things that you should be considering when talking to a lender and knowing your numbers up front. All right, guys, let's talk about points. I don't know if you guys have heard of these, but basically they are a prepaid amount towards your interest, and it usually is 1% of your mortgage amount, not your offer price, but how much your lender is going to be lending you to purchase your house. So some lenders offer this as a possibility or an option to the buyer, and basically is allowing you to prepay upfront in order to have a lower interest rate overall. So depending on if you have some wiggle room or some money saved aside, right now the interest rates are historically low. They are great. It's not like the late 1980s, 90s where it's above 10%. We're looking at high 2s to low 4s. So unless you're in a situation where you're getting to an interest rate where it is going to be costing you a little bit more than you're financially comfortable month to month, then you do have the option to prepay and get that interest rate lowered. You're going to pay it up front, but overall it'll save you hundreds of dollars in the long term. All right, guys, let's talk about lender fees. Now, no one works for free, and everyone's going to have their fees, title, lenders, everyone, but this is a question that you should be asking when you're talking to lenders. If you are in the process of purchasing a home, I strongly suggest to anyone to talk to many different lenders just to get a feel. Now, get recommendations from your realtor, family, friends, and loved ones. Just call them and kind of get a feel for them, get a feel for their communication and how they conduct themselves and how they process information, if they use a portal, if they just do emails, etc., before pulling your credit. But also, you should be asking what their fees are. And this number is usually based on how much they would be lending you. So if you're looking for a house for X amount of number and you know you have this much a percentage down, then you have a ballpark figure of how much that you'll need for a loan, right? So go ahead, this is not inappropriate, this is important to know your numbers. Go ahead and ask your lender what their fees are up front so you know in advance. All right, guys, now the big question. Will you be doing a 15 or a 30-year loan? Now, the lenders are there to crunch all the numbers for you. They're going to give you a play-by-play on what it looks like month to month with interest rate on what you would be paying for the home that you're looking at, right? So you really need to weigh out your options. Now, they're going to be able to break down, and you should be asking, if you went for a 15-year loan, what would be the interest rate on top of that versus a 30? If you were able to make 2 payments a month, what would that bring you in terms of how quickly you can pay off the loan? If it's worth going the 15-year route versus 30. And also, when you're having this conversation, you should always be asking if there's penalties for prepaying your loan off early. Now, a lot of lenders do not have any penalties, but you never know. So just in case you win the lottery or you save up enough for the bank and you're getting close to your loan term end date and you're able to just pay everything off, make sure that there will be no penalties against you for being able to pay off your mortgage early. All right, guys, now we've talked about this in the past. There are a few things that the lender is going to require of you to purchase and get taken care of to secure the loan. So a couple of those things are going to be making sure that there is an appraisal done. They want to make sure that the home is worth the value of the loan amount being given to you to purchase the home. They want a survey, a document just stating where the property is located, the bounds, the lot lines, the easements, and all of that. Also, you need to make sure that you secure home insurance. You need that before closing. They want to make sure that you have protection on your house. And depending on the type of loan, if you have a VA loan or an FHA loan, there might be certain repair requirements in order to secure the loan. So after the inspection is done and the appraisal, and they get that report back, depending on what it says, there might be some repairs that are needed in order to secure the loan in general. All right, guys, well, that's all I want to talk with you about are just some of the topics, conditions and requirements that you should be prepared to talk about and consider when securing financing and talking to your lender. You know, ask what they need in advance, what those fees look like, and there might be a couple more things that they need that we didn't discuss today, but they should let you know in advance. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them below. If there's another topic that you'd like for me to discuss, please let me know. I'd love to add it to the list. Thank you guys again for tuning in, and I can't wait to talk to you guys next week.